FBI agents are some of the most respected individuals in the world of law enforcement, meaning people will do everything they can to impersonate them and steal their honor.
Yeah, and I said, sir, I am a federal officer of the law. I'm undercover. I've been undercover for 43 years, all the way up to the UN.
This man was detained by officers after they identified him as the perpetrator in a reported hit and run earlier that day, but he didn't plan on going down without a struggle.
Sir, who did I hit and run, sir? I'll give you this, Mr. Harris. There's no hit and run, sir.
Yes, there is. Relax.
No, there's not. I didn't hit and run nobody. Where?
Hey, relax.
Where did I hit and run them? No, you can't just do that. I know I'm being detained, but I'm asking you why first.
I will.
Then I'm not doing nothing with, sir. I'm a federal officer. Here, I got my ID and everything in the fucking wallet.
I'll check it. Hey, relax.
Ooh, tell me I'm a hit and run. I didn't hit and run nobody.
Relax. Relax.
The officer doesn't let a man's comment about being a federal officer deter him, as it's very clearly untrue. The man's agitated state and intense aggression towards the officers are clear signs of him either being under the influence or being in a troubled mental state. Either way, the officer has already provided his reasoning for detaining the man, so the man's insistence that they tell him why he's being placed in handcuffs is frankly unwarranted and strange. After struggling for a bit longer to get him in the car, he reveals more information about his supposed career in law enforcement.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Can I speak to you, please?
Sure, what's going on?
All right. This guy here, sir, I was driving over here. I was going to turn in here to put gas, and then I was going to stop and assess the damage on my vehicle.
Okay.
Okay? So I get here, and then he comes up running at me, screaming, grabs my wallet, throws it down, and I said, sir, I am a federal officer of the law. I'm undercover.
If this man is under the influence of some sort of drug such as meth or cocaine, then these claims of people harassing and stalking him could likely be hallucinations or delusions caused by them. Based on the physical condition he seems to be in and the lack of evidence backing up these claims, the officers know that they need to approach this situation very carefully, as the man doesn't seem to be in a stable place mentally. But for some reason, the man still seems to think he has the upper hand in this situation, though he'll soon come to realize that that is certainly not the case.
Truck, sir. No, inside
I won't
the truck.
do nothing.
On the seat.
Oh, man.
I'll roll down both windows for you, okay? You work with me, I'll work with you. Sound good?
I need something to drink,
All right,
sir. I
sounds
got
great. You know what?
I'm a diabetic.
I'm gonna get you some water, but
I
you
haven't
gotta
taken my
give me
medications
some
yet.
time. The longer time I spend here sitting talking to you, the longer it's gonna take for me to get you water, right?
But that's why I asked
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
sir. Why did he run up on me like
I
that?
don't know. I gotta look into everything. Okay, let me get some water. You sit
Please,
down.
yeah, that's
I'm
what
gonna
I
roll
need.
down
All
both
right, sir.
windows, and I gotta look into your car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You work with me, I work with you. Good.
I'll sit right here. Just let me.
Sounds great.
I'll just sit right here.
Watch your foot.
Oh,
Okay, we'll roll down the windows.
oh, come on.
The way the man's attitude shifts throughout this encounter could be due to him being bipolar. The fact that he started out suddenly fighting against the original officer, only to become relaxed and even apologetic for his prior aggression in a matter of seconds, is majorly concerning from a psychiatric standpoint. Now that he's back in the car, he's going to slowly realize that these officers don't believe a single thing he's saying.
I don't know what you're talking about. And it got a little heated, you know, and finally I said, I'm going to blow my undercover status. I'm Richard Nicholas Jacob Madrid, and I'm undercover. I've been working undercover for the UN. I just turned an investigation in for 43 years into the organizational side, a hierarchy side, which my family is very involved in, and it's dangerous for me here. And I've been targeted, me and my wife and my daughter. My wife her name is Park Min-soo, and she's South Korean. And her family is the South Korean family that was executed wrongfully here in the United States. 74 of them were killed. After President Trump released them, I patched through with him on a Spade network.
We already established that
There was an accident.
there was an
this morning.
accident with
Right.
you this afternoon.
And this afternoon,
Yeah.
when I was parked at the light, they turned green. I proceeded to go through the light, and there was, boom, he hit me at the front, scraped the whole side of my front, just at his wheel.
It's hard to know what you can believe with this man and what you can't. His inability to keep his story straight tells us that there's definitely something he's not being truthful about here. He thinks he can lie his way out of trouble today, but that's not going to happen, as these officers know better than to believe his outlandish lies.
That's Frankie. His last name is Coates. He's the one that his ex-wife is now married to me.
What are you doing here? I'm just checking because this was the car that hit my parents' car. Oh, what's your name? Juan. Okay. This guy's saying your name is Frankie. Cool. This guy? Yeah, this guy, yeah. Never met him. Cool. No, I was just, yeah, my parents, they didn't know what type of vehicle it was or anything. And I was speaking with the other DOT guy, and actually we're back here right now. My son, he's actually the one that saw it. He's like, that looks like the car they hit. It's all wrecked up. And then I saw the DOT, so I thought, so you didn't witness anything with your parents? I didn't. Okay, first.
Considering this man has the audacity to try and drag someone else into his lie, calling him Frankie and claiming that he's his wife's ex-husband, it's safe to say that everything he's said up until this point is most likely completely false. Though the officers weren't completely sure if he was being truthful beforehand, they now know that this man is deceitful and not of sound mind. After getting more information from both the detained man and the other party involved, they decide to arrest the man, which he really isn't happy about.
You're under arrest. You're not being detained anymore.
Okay, but I didn't run from a scene of a crime.
Okay.
I didn't commit a crime. I did follow the protocol, sir.
Okay.
This one's cold, so
I
take
made
it back.
sure that they were not injured, and I made sure they weren't going to call police. I offered my information, insurance, registration, everything.
Okay.
And they said no, they didn't need it. Yeah.
They said they didn't need it because that's not what they said. They said they needed that information you took off.
Okay, I said if you need anything, I'll exchange my information. It's on record. I mean, it's on recording. And they said okay. And I said, all right. Well, if you need anything else, just let me know. And they said no.
Rather than tell the truth, he continues to add to this incohesive story of his. While the officers are lucky that he's physically complying, they're clearly frustrated with his inability to tell the truth. They would later find out why he was acting so strange. A drug test revealed that he was heavily impaired at the time, meaning they were able to charge him with both a DWI and leaving the scene of an accident. And due to being under the influence, he was most likely unable to comprehend the magnitude of what was happening during the arrest. While this perpetrator was adamant about being a federal officer, this next man doesn't claim to be an FBI agent once, but for some reason, the entire internet was under the impression that he was not only claiming to be a federal agent, but that it was all lies to get him out of this arrest.
You're racial profiling. Am I? Yeah, you're wrong. You're assuming I'm someone that I'm not. Are you Jake?
No, I'm not Jake.
You look like Jake.
There you go. I look like Jake.
Yeah, but you're Jake.
No, man.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm Officer Jake.
You're Jake.
Okay.
Get out of my face, man. You guys are harassing me. Yes, you guys are.
Hey,
You're fucking harassing me. Yes, you are. No. He's harassing me. Why are you harassing me? You're assuming I'm someone I'm not.
Okay, if you're not, then
No.
you're not free to go. Okay.
Am I being detained?
Yeah, you are.
For what?
Because I think you have a warrant.
You think?
Yeah.
That's an illusion. That's an illusion. You think?
All right. Stand up, your hands behind.
I'm not. For what? I don't have a warrant.
You have the wrong guy.
You're very wrong.
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, you are wrong. What do you mean if you're wrong? You're wrong. You're wrong.
We're not going to play this game. Stand up.
Hold on. No. Hold on.
The man claims that they're racially profiling him. He thinks the cops are suspecting him of being the criminal they're searching for solely because of his skin color. Whether or not that's true, the officers shouldn't be arresting him without checking his ID first, which he is completely willing to show them. The fact that they're trying to place him in handcuffs without just quickly checking his ID to make sure he's really who they're looking for is odd police work and will certainly end in a lawsuit if they don't fix this soon. But in just a few moments, they'll find out just how big of a mistake they've really made.
Listen, I'm not under arrest. I don't have a warrant. I don't have any officers. Hey, yo. Hey, officer. No. Matter of fact, look at my ID.
He got the wrong guy, I'm telling y'all.
Wrong ID, motherfucker. You guys do got the wrong guy. You guys are fucking stupid.
That's not you.
You guys are racial profile thinking I'm somebody. I'll take both of you motherfuckers. Take them cuffs off.
Sir,
I got them. Take them cuffs off. I'll take both of you motherfuckers right now.
this guy got the cleanest record. Y'all just.
I'll take both of you motherfuckers right now. Take the cuffs off.
It's hard to fully understand the actions of the officers here, as they're pretty certain they've found their perpetrator. However, they're definitely jumping the gun here by getting aggressive with the man and detaining him. In their minds, corrupt and racist or not, they think this is a criminal who is a danger to the public. As complicated as this is at this point, the situation is about to do an entire 180.
My ID's in my back pocket. Y'all got watch how funny this is. Go ahead,
Watch
look at
this.
it. No, don't hate me. Look at it. Oh,
You
what does
guys
that
got
say?
it fucked up.
What does that say? Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh my God! No, get the fuck off me, dude! Get off me, dude!
Bro,
You're
you
a fucking
fucked up.
Matter of fact, I need our cards. I need your supervisor over here. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor over here. You guys are the stupidest motherfuckers I ever met in my life. How'd you guys? You got what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Look at get him, tough guy, and this guy here.
Yo, what do you mean I look like him? I need your guys' right here.
Though the officers immediately backpedal and take the handcuffs off of the man, the damage has already been done for the most part. This isn't a situation that will result in a lawsuit or either of them losing their jobs, but they'll definitely receive a slap on the wrist for their mistake. Once their supervisor shows up, the man gets all of their information and tells them that he's going to be filing a report against each of them. But when the supervisor tries to justify their actions, the man quickly shuts him down.
Yeah? Oh my God, what is American gangster?
We're allowed to.
You're allowed to.
Allowed to what?
Come up and talk to somebody, and if we
It wasn't allowed to talk to somebody. You arrested him.
Assume I'm someone and try to.
right, and he made a mistake, and then once he figured out who you were, he unhandcuffed you.
What if somebody did that to you?
He's going to jail.
What if somebody did that
I
to
was
you?
going to jail anyways.
Huh?
Matter of fact, I was going to jail
Yeah.
anyways.
You got life fucked up. You ain't gonna just buckle up and just
Leave. Let's get out of here. You guys leave. Leave. You guys get the fuck out of here. No, you guys have a good night. Get the fuck out of here.
Protocol would suggest that the officers vacate the premises at this time, as they're escalating the tension by sticking around and defending themselves to these two justifiably angry men. But rather than de-escalate the situation, they decide to continue this back and forth, and the man is sick of their excuses.
Not one bit. So you guys can make a mistake and kill someone and be like, oh, well,
You don't give a
I don't see anybody that got shot.
How do you know? This could have turned out somebody could have got killed or no?
Now we talk about shit.
Nobody did.
Somebody could have got killed.
Nobody did.
Oh, so until it happens, that's when you guys try to take some responsibility.
So we left from
Y'all-
the
Nobody got hurt. Nobody's going to jail.
Dumb motherfuckers. Piece of shit ass cops.
The group of men make the smart choice of leaving the situation, still baffled by what just happened. No investigation was opened against the officers, which makes sense considering they let him go right after they found out he wasn't the perpetrator. No other information has been publicly revealed about this situation. The internet then proceeded to start a rumor that the man was an undercover FBI agent, but that has since proven to be a false claim created by people on social media. But what happens when someone tries to lie about being a U.S. Marshal in front of a real U.S. Marshal? Deputies in Florida arrested 52-year-old Derry Lambert for impersonating a U.S. Marshal by wearing a similar uniform and putting a fake police siren on top of his pickup truck. While talking to Lambert, the officer starts to realize that something's seriously off about the situation.
I'm looking for something to verify that you're a U.S. Marshal, all right? One of the voicemails, I left him a message.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just hang tight with me.
I got to go back to shift in about 2 hours, so
Where's shift at? Where's
I got
shift
to get
at?
my car.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, hopefully we can get this resolved really quickly. All right, thanks.
Lambert's showing similar signs to the man from the first case, as he carries his delusions with confidence and looks down at his wrist like he has a watch on, even though he doesn't. After hearing more from Lambert and realizing he's not telling the truth, the officers decide that they need to quickly detain him while assessing the situation further. Because of this, the situation suddenly becomes a lot more tense, especially when they start to question him on his career as a U.S. Marshal.
And who do you work for? Who are you employed by?
United States Marshal Service.
U.S. Marshals. Okay. You told me that you don't have your credentials with you, but they're in your
Yeah, my charger.
charger, a work vehicle.
Right.
Okay. Who's the charger registered to?
It's registered to the Marshal Service.
Marshals. Okay.
That's my personal vehicle.
So why would the marshals outfit your personal vehicle with lights and sirens?
In Texas, it's not like here.
Okay.
You don't have cars like this.
We have a Florida tag.
I know.
Lambert is showing some signs of being under the influence, as his dazed expression and slightly slurred speech are both indications of inebriation. That would explain his struggle with providing them with a clear and concise answer. Soon after this, they brought a U.S. Marshal liaison to question Lambert about his claims, and this is when his story completely falls apart.
Well, here's my credentials. I am actually a Special Deputy U.S. Marshal.
Yeah.
Here are my credentials.
Yeah. Mine are in my car.
These, your credentials like this are in there.
I have one just identically to that.
Okay. I would say probably not. Because I'm asking you very easy questions to be able to identify yourself, and you're not. Who's your supervisor out of Texas?
My supervisor?
Yes, sir, your direct supervisor.
Jim Willis.
Once again, this is a man who cannot fully comprehend what is going on here due to him not being fully aware of the situation in front of him, whether that be due to him being under the influence or being not of sound mind. Lambert was taken in and received a long list of charges. While being placed in Marion County Jail, diazepam pills were found in his pockets, suggesting that he was under the influence. Luckily, Lambert didn't arm himself with a weapon, as that could have turned a bad situation into an absolutely terrible situation, like it did for the perpetrator in this next case.
So, you're an actual Cleveland police officer?
No, I'm not with Cleveland PD. I work for Cleveland Watchmen. We're a security company that hires only off-duty police officers to do traffic control.
Are you an off-duty police officer?
Yeah.
So, who are you with?
Pickaway Sheriff's Office.
Pickaway?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're out of
they do
Ohio, and you're here working in Franklin County in Whitehall as an off-duty police officer.
No, I'm working as a security guard. So we do.
No, you're uniform marked as a police officer. You're working as a police officer right now with a car that has red and blue lights on it.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got some paperwork I can give to you from.
Absolutely, and I'll need to get your information. I've been asked to come up here by my deputy chief and get that.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
The Cleveland Watchmen is a real organization that does exactly what he said. They hire off-duty police officers to act as extra security for the roads. Many people have cited this company as an issue, as it's a group of officers pretending to be working when they're really off-duty. But this man isn't a police officer. He does work for the Cleveland Watchmen, though, which turns an already complicated situation into a complete mess.
Here, tell me what's wrong with it.
It's plastic.
Yeah, that's what he was displaying. And he's armed and everything.
Have we taken his firearm?
Not yet. See, this is who he works for, which is, he's in the military.
Yeah, but the screen printed.
He's in the military. The guy who owns his company is his commanding officer, some sergeant, first sergeant, sounds like. All right. And they got hired through this company here, Area Wide Protection. So he's over there with his boss, who is a military officer. All these people are related to the military that work for this off-duty.
It's a very strange operation, but somehow it is technically legal. But what isn't legal is this man carrying a firearm around, pretending to be a police officer. After they get the chance to all fully understand what's going on, they approach the man once again so they can discuss everything with him. This is when he finally reveals the truth.
But you have no ID from them, all right?
No.
And have you ever been sworn in by them?
I've talked to the chief.
No.
So
I'm asking you a direct question. Have you been sworn in by
It's
them?
very important you answer this correctly, because being a former police officer or someday a current police officer, you know if you lie in this situation, you go directly to jail.
No, I'm not.
So I'm going to put that right
listen,
out.
I'm not.
So if you are telling me you are a police officer right now, is that what you're telling me? So you are not a commissioned police officer.
I have spoke with the chief.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you one question. Are you a commissioned police officer through the state of Ohio?
I have an OPUDA certificate.
That's not what I'm asking.
That's not what we're asking you.
I'm explaining to you.
No, you're not. You're not answering the question. You're avoiding the question. It's very simple. Are you a sworn police officer anywhere in the state of Ohio with any department?
Not currently.
Okay, that's the question.
I'm unsure. I'm unsure.
He seems to be trying to dodge a lot of these questions, but the officers know that they must remain on track and adamant. But after talking to his supervisor and confirming that he's not a real police officer, they're able to proceed forward without having to deal with these lies, which the perpetrator is not happy about at all.
Please do not ruin my career. Please.
I think you did that kind of on your own, Casey.
Please.
All right. The Pickaway County, you knew you didn't work for Pickaway County. You displayed that badge. All right. You're out here acting in a law enforcement capacity, displaying a badge that you have no right to have, or a facsimile of a badge. That's not even a real badge. Yeah. You were aware of that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not real.
Okay. So, all right, you're going to be charged.
Oh, seriously?
I'm serious. Okay. Now we're going to be nice about this. Okay. And we're going to take you over, and you can take your gun belt off, and you can set it on the hood of that car. Okay. And we're going to take you in. We don't have to handcuff you. This officer is going to pat you down, all right? And we'll let you out, all right, on a summons, all right?
With their straightforward approach, the officers are able to convince him to come with them willingly. But as they prepare to take him in, they find something shocking in the trunk of his car.
Oh my God.
It says now you got a rifle.
All right. And it's loaded, right? Okay, we're not gonna, yeah.
With this new addition to the situation, everything changes. While they were planning on taking it easy on him and only charging him with impersonating a police officer, the addition of the loaded rifle in his trunk completely complicates things. Shockingly, after the young man was taken into the station, it was revealed that he didn't work for the Cleveland Watchman. Apparently, he was working with another unnamed company that partnered with the Cleveland Watchman. Though the Watchmen were unaware of what the man was doing with the car and firearms, he was charged with impersonating an officer or private policeman and improper handling of a gun in a motor vehicle. While the man was young, being 26 years old during the time of his arrest, this next perpetrator was barely even old enough to drive. 19-year-old Jackson Jones was caught impersonating a police officer and pulling people over earlier this year.
Do you have any weapons in the car or anything like that? Like a gun or anything like that?
I don't even have a gun. Okay. I'm 19 years old. I ain't gonna if this is gonna cause problems, if the truck's over there, I'm just gonna take out the vest, and I'm from Tennessee. So
why are you wearing the vest?
Well, like I said, I drove from all the way from Tennessee, but I'm not gonna have people call me when I don't even live in this damn state. Okay. It's gonna piss me off.
You're a deputy sheriff?
Well, I mean, I work at the sheriff's office.
Okay.
So, I mean, what?
Were you a corrections officer for the sheriff's office? Okay. Why do you wear a vest outside of the facility? Is this an agency vehicle, or is this your personal vehicle?
This is my Kia.
Okay.
Considering Jones's flustered and agitated state, it seems that the officers know what's going on here, though they're taking it easy on him and trying to get the truth from him. He's adamant that he works at a sheriff's station in Tennessee, but the officers aren't concerned about whether or not he works for the sheriff in his hometown. They're more concerned about the fact that he's not acting as an officer right now, and yet he still has the word sheriff on his police vest. But that's just the first of their concerns.
So did you get out of your car or something here in the parking lot?
Okay, I got out of the car. There was a truck that he looked at me. That's all I did. I never said anything like law enforcement wise or nothing. He looked at me and he was laughing. So I just like go to his car and I was like, "Did you need me or something like that?" That's it. And I just like walked away. Okay. I mean, I don't. That's all I did, man. I'm being serious.
So you were just in the driveway and he was just looking at you?
I got out of my car, guys. I'm gonna go inside.
Oh, okay.
He looked at me, and then I went up to his car. I was like, he just said, I was just looking at you, man. So I was just looking at the car. That was it. Okay. You can watch the videotape on McDonald's.
Just all kinds of red flags, man. I would not drive from Tennessee with a vest carrier on.
No.
Or even a duty belt on.
As soon as I get off, I take that shit off. Yeah. I'm tired of being in it.
I hate driving from Topgolf to my house with this shit on.
After they place him in the back of a police car, they're able to check out his vehicle. Immediately, the open and empty bottles of alcohol stand out to the officers. When you put that together with him wearing the vest and approaching the truck driver earlier on, it doesn't seem to bode well for Jones. This is especially true when they're able to talk to the truck driver that Jones approached earlier, who claims that Jones tailed him all the way to this gas station and then confronted him, where he made an outrageous claim.
He goes, I'm a undercover cop for Wellston, and I run my partner. I run with the highway patrolman out of Wellston. Okay. And I said, so just be curious. You look pretty young. How old are you? He goes, I'm 22 years old. Just turned 22. I was like, man, you're pretty young to be a cop, be an investigator.
Right.
With all of this evidence stacked against Jones, the officers are now able to place him under arrest. It doesn't make much sense for an undercover cop to reveal that they're undercover to some random stranger who gave them a weird look. Clearly, Jones didn't think this through entirely.
Turn around and face the other way. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for impersonating law enforcement, all right? And then you also have a charge for transporting an open container.
My girlfriend could pick up my call.
Not at this time.
You know how long I'm going to be in jail because I'm from Tennessee?
Okay. Well, your mom lives here, so
well, I know that.
I'm not too worried about that.
Well, I mean...
All right, go ahead and step on out. I'm going to double check, make sure you don't have anything in your pockets or nothing. Good. I'm glad you came over here and told us, because that sealed the deal, because we were going to let him go.
Oh, shit.
Because prior to that, we didn't have any, like, solid stuff on them. But thank you for coming back over here.
If it weren't for this witness, Jones would have been able to continue his attempts at impersonating law enforcement. They need the witness to fill out a witness statement form so that the police have a binding statement explaining what Jones did from a credible source. Once they've searched Jones's car, they're ready to take him to the detention center. When they tell him that they're doing this, the reality of the situation suddenly dawns on him.
The Oklahoma, is that bad jail?
It's our detention center. It's our jail. I mean, it's pretty good size. Yeah. A lot of people that go to prison say it's the worst place to be. Yeah. It's not a good place.
I mean, I worked in the jail, but it was a county, but it was small.
Yeah, our county jail sucks.
Well, it was small.
Oh, this one's big. A lot of people in it.
I had 6 cells. 6, like that.
Oh, we have 200 cells on the floor, and we've got 13 floors.
So I'll have like a cell by myself?
Probably not.
Jones was later charged with impersonating an officer and transporting an open container. What happened to him afterwards is unknown. While all of these cases are almost entirely different from each other, they all share one universal fact. The only individuals that should ever be wearing a police officer uniform or saying that they are a police officer are the people who have the badge and credentials to back those claims up.